All right. Update from sunny Florida. I talked about this yesterday. Folks, we're in a little bit of a mini crisis here in Florida. Not kidding. The place is blowing up. You cannot. I live down here. I have to move because we need to expand our studio and I don't have enough space. You can't find a house down here. You Floridians listening, well, you don't want to be ridiculous. You can find a house, but you are going to pay through the nose. I bought our house in Palm City, our first studio, for about, $500,000 or something? The house now is fetching like $700,000. I've only been in Florida for 6 years. You can't find a house. The bidding wars are insane. I have a friend who moved to Boca. She bought her place, I think 5 or 6 months ago. It's an expensive place. The place, the same exact model home is on the market down in her neighborhood for $400,000 more than she bought it just in the fall of last year. And to get into the neighborhood, the real estate people aren't even taking new clients unless you're going to buy that day. I'm not kidding. You have to, there's a lottery to get into the neighborhood to bid on the house. It's turning into a little bit of a mini crisis down here. You can't find a house. I took a note, but Blaze, you ever eat Blaze pizza? It's like the Chipotle of pizza. I take my daughter there. She loves it. They eat a little dough and it's like the Chipotle of pizza. Like, give me some meatballs and they put it in that thing. As whoever thought of it, it's a great idea. I took my daughter to the Blaze Pizza. What does that have to do with anything? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to be in the middle of a pandemic. Florida's so hot. It's like the pandemic never happened. The place was packed. We couldn't even get in the joint. You couldn't even get in the joint. I ran into my financial advisor there. Great guy. He paid for my pizza. You couldn't even get in the joint. Florida is smoking hot right now. Smoking hot. En fuego. You can't find a house. Businesses are booming. But it is turning into a little bit of a mini crisis because we're not used to this down here. I'm not a lifetime Floridian, but I've been down here 6 years. The snowbirds usually leave right around Easter because it gets hot in Florida and they go back. The snowbirds aren't even leaving anymore. The traffic down here is getting pretty heavy too. Why? Why is all this happening? Well, look at this Wall Street Journal piece I pulled the other day. New York's hot export. People! By Mark Kingdon, Wall Street Journal. Why are people leaving New York? Because again, tying it back to the beginning of the show, liberals tell you they want higher taxes and they want you to pay their fair share, although they don't know the economic results of higher taxes because they haven't done their homework and can never cite what the fair share is. And the third part of the prong to tie the whole show together is the fact that liberals say they want higher taxes, despite the fact that when the higher taxes hit them, they come down to Florida to escape the higher taxes they told you they wanted but knew nothing about. You don't believe me? Here, Wall Street Journal piece. Albany legislators in New York considering 2 tax bills that would damage New York's economy, a wealth tax and a stock transfer tax. The top tax rate and the top federal tax on capital gains will increase to 40%. The combined New York state and city rate may reach 15%. So if New York enacts this 2% wealth tax, a wealthy New Yorker could wind up paying, wait for it, a 77% tax on their short-term stock market profits. Oh. And by the way, that's a conservative estimate. If they actively trade their portfolio, the tax would be more than 100%. Now we know what a fair tax looks like. The piece ends. I'll end the show on this. I'm just asking you, to the liberal viewers and listeners of the show, to think through this logically. If what you're saying is so rational and reasonable that higher taxes work, we need higher taxes now, and it'll lead to a better life from all of us, why, when you vote those policies in New York, do you then escape the life you claim would be better in the place you voted in the policy you said would lead to a better life? Why do you leave to come to a state that has an income tax rate, a state income tax rate of 0? I thought you said higher taxes were a really good thing. So why are you trying to escape them? Why are you filling up Blaze Pizza? Why are you clogging up our roads? Why are you buying up all the houses down here? Great, come down here. It's good. But why are you coming down here and bringing the same economic stupidity you tried to escape and trying to bring it to the great state of Florida? Why are you doing it while simultaneously being totally uninformed about what tax cuts have done in the past? They've raised revenue, not lost them. And being totally uninformed about what the fair share actually is. Are you proud of not knowing anything? Are you proud of saying something and doing the other? We call that being a hypocrite.